In today's Sunrise Smart Start, our top headlines: Batavia Police Department and the Genesee County District Attorney will hold a press conference later this morning regarding the death of a Sheriff's Office Sergeant Thomas Sanfratello. Both of the suspects here, Michael Elmore and Lindsay Willcox, pled not guilty yesterday in court to their charges connected to the sergeant's death. Police say that Willcox had been asked to leave the Batavia Downs Casino over the weekend and refused, and then police say Elmore tried to stop her from being arrested. Court documents indicate Sanfratello was assaulted with a metal necklace used by Elmore.
Obviously, he's very upset. I think that's the best way to describe it right now. Until I get to know him a little bit better, I can't characterize it beyond that, but he is very upset about all this, as you would expect.
It may seem like we've moved kind of quickly. At this point, he's coming back into court already. However, like I said, they're still looking into matters. We're still compiling information. And at this point, we'll see where that goes.
Both suspects face multiple charges, with Elmore charged with aggravated manslaughter. He will be back in court April 9th, and Willcox's next court date will be April 23rd. A 13-year-old boy has been arrested, accused of fatally shooting his friend back in January. That victim, 15-year-old Jamarian Porter, was found shot to death inside of a home on Murray Street in Rochester back on January 4th. Police say the two had been playing with a rifle when that gun went off, striking and killing Porter. Police say that the unnamed 13-year-old child and suspect has turned themselves in, and he is working together with investigators. He's charged now with second-degree manslaughter and was issued an appearance ticket to appear in family court. In Fairport, a man had to be rescued after he fell through a large hole in the floor of a building on North Main Street. Fire crews on the scene were able to share with News 8 a forklift was also found in that hole. The man himself taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Investigators say the building was in the process of being renovated, and that might have contributed to the collapse. However, the Fairport building inspector is still in the process of investigating an official cause. A prominent business owner in Rochester now stands accused of stealing nearly $20 million in a check kiting scheme. Catherine Mott owns Monroe's Winter Garden and recently started fixing up the old Crescent Beach in Greece. Five Star Bank has now filed a lawsuit against her, accusing Mott of using multiple bank accounts to artificially inflate balances, saying that she overdrew millions of dollars since February. The bank now requests a neutral party to take control of the damages and Mott's assets. A spokesperson on behalf of the businesses owned by Mott says these are merely allegations, not fact, and could be tied to business misunderstandings. Mott's businesses are expected to continue operating normally as the lawsuit plays out. In a lopsided vote, people in the village of Wolcott have decided they will keep their village a village, voting on a measure that would have dissolved the village government. And despite a rather vocal campaign in favor of the move, there was an overwhelming majority voting against it, meaning the village will stay as it is. All right, taking a pause now here at 6:51. We want to give you an update on your sunrise commute here. Taking a look over the west side, things certainly picking up in the darkness of our early hours. Over on 390, exit 19 Chilai Avenue, we did want to keep you aware there is a left lane blocked by an accident, 390 northbound, so just be careful of that area around exit 19. The rest of our main thoroughfares, including 590, 490, 104 and 90 across, they are beautifully green, so let's keep the rest of our Wednesday nice and safe, everyone. Turning back to our headlines, money to make schools safer. That is one of the goals for the Smart Schools Bond Act, signed by Governor Hochul for technology initiatives. Doing pretty well at doing so far. News 8's Ron Spitzer speaking with leaders at the Geneseo Central School District about how that money has been used so far and their plans for the future. Live in studio now, Ron.
Yes, 59 smart school investment plans were approved with funds totaling $27 million. This is a part of the $2 billion Smart Schools Bond Act, aiming to enhance technology and security programs at schools. These tools supported by the program include entry control, video, and emergency notification systems. Geneseo Central School District was initially approved for around $620,000 and will receive more than $200,000 with this last installment. As of now, according to leaders, the money has been used to enhance classroom instructional technology as well as security with tools like interactive boards. Geneseo CSD Superintendent Cindy Flowers tells me with dwindling aid, these funds are important for maintaining safety.
Unfortunately, to update security cameras, door access, things like that is very expensive. And with the reduction in state aid that most schools and Geneseo is receiving, this has a significant impact. So we're dependent on allocations such as this to allow us to move forward with safety and security initiatives.
The next step in security enhancement for Geneseo CSD is integrating its high-tech camera system with card access for easier monitoring. Albion and West Irondequoit CSDs are also set to receive funding. Michaela, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Aram. A young black woman from Syracuse who also spent some time here in Rochester has written a story about achieving the American dream. Natasha Alford is a journalist with the Griot, a multimedia news organization, as well as a CNN news analyst. In her memoir, American Negra, she tells the story of what it is like growing up in the inner city, as well as to go on to become a Harvard graduate. She addresses racism, sexism, colorism, and other biases that she has faced.
I show the ways in which I'm fighting to find my voice, both as a professional, but also as an American. What does it mean to be African American and Latina or Puerto Rican?
Her story is accessible and eye-opening as she explores the bias within her culture as a black woman. Natasha Alford even having a very close tie here to News 8. You may know it, and you can see that as well as all the details in the upcoming book signing in Rochester. We'll tell you all about it on our website, rochesterfirst.com. All right, inside the huddle now, the Bills did not make any major moves day 2, but one of their former players certainly did. Safety Jordan Poyer signing with the Miami Dolphins. And there have been plenty of rumors connecting the two over the last off-season, seemingly realized, and Poyer does own a home in South Florida already. He's only going to be playing against his former team now twice a year, meeting those teammates once again. And happening today, SUNY Brockport celebrating Garth Fagan Day. The world-renowned choreographer is a professor emeritus at the university. There will be an all-day display on campus at Hartwell Hall, a student master class at around 1 o'clock, followed by a lecture demonstration. There will also be a special public screening of Prelude, the legacy of Garth Fagan dance. That documentary airing at 7. It's free to the public. Again, open to everybody, but it is recommended you reserve those tickets ahead of time. All right, James, we were talking about it, dancing in the sun today, maybe dancing in the rain tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Rain incoming, but likely for the afternoon, so it should hold off until then, which is nice to see. Good, beautiful sky over Lake Ontario right now. Just
peeking through high enough to see those rays of light in the sky.
Yeah, right. Just working on it. It should turn mostly sunny for today. How about these numbers, though? 50 degrees, Dansville, Rochester, 45. Buffalo and Penn Yan both sitting at 49 degrees. More like an afternoon high temperature, and we just stay above average with that beautiful blue skies. There it is, mid-60s. Get out and enjoy it. Yesterday, I put a little blanket out, had the kids on there hopping around, and good afternoon for basketball as well if you want. We'll glance at the 8-day forecast here. The showers likely come in Thursday night, and then it's been trending earlier. So Friday, I think a lot of Friday is actually dry, which is nice to see to finish the day. And then we've got the parade on Saturday. I will be there marching in the parade, and it should be a fun one there before we get colder next week.
Apparently all our crossed fingers and four-leaf clovers have been doing us well. We hope we keep on that trend. And thank you for sharing your morning here with us on News 8 at Sunrise, everybody. Next update in 30 minutes.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.